Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, and I'm back with the boys here today. Of course, Braden doesn't have his webcam on, but Braden's here. He has that weird fucking emoji thing as his fucking profile, so fuck that. Trathan in the bottom left, and then Ben, of course, joining us in the top left here. And we are giving you our correct 2024 NFL preseason predictions for all the stuff, divisional rankings, playoff pictures, MVP awards, Offensive Player of the Year awards, all that good stuff. And all the correct ones are going to be here in this video. We're not going to get a single thing wrong across the board, even though it's almost going to be impossible for all of us to agree on something. I'm very excited to be back, though. We have the full boys. Of course, Ryan's not joining us this year. Taylor will be sending his predictions in every week for our weekly predictions. But otherwise, we're just going to go jump right into it and talk about some of these teams. Anything y'all want to say before we get started, though? No?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Hell yeah. Well, we're going to jump right into the AFC North. We have a very competitive division with the Ravens, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Bengals. Man, and this division can go any way. However, I think it will be Ravens at number 1, Bengals number 2, Browns number 3, Steelers number 4. I think if there's going to be a season that the Steelers do drop off a little bit, I will say it's this season. Do I still think they could go 9-8? Absolutely. But they are the most likely team to not go 9-8 in that division. Browns, I think, are just a well-rounded team overall, and Ravens and Bengals, I think, are going to have a very good year. But Ravens are the dominant team in that division so far. So that is my ordering.
Yeah, I agree, and I have one slight difference, and I love Lamar Jackson, I love the Ravens, but I'm actually going to put the Bengals ahead of them this year. I think the Bengals are going to figure it out this year and make another deep run.
Heck yeah, okay. Respect it. They'll definitely be close. Trathan?
I had the exact same thing as you: Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. I'm like you said, all these teams can go 9-8 or better. So that's not out of the question. This is a good conference. Has been for the past few years since the Browns, kind of recovered. But yeah, I think the Ravens' addition of Henry, I think they're lacking in the wide receiver department, but they got Mark Andrews, good defensive line, or good offensive line, good defense in general. So I think the Ravens are the team to beat in that conference. And I think the Bengals, having a healthy Burrow back, will be competing.
Excellent. Ben?
Yeah, I think I've got Bengals, Ravens, and then Steelers will come in last, or not last, third, and then Browns in last.
No, so you're not counting the Steelers out. I respect it. I respect it a lot. Honestly, last year I was kind of like that, but this year it just seems like the Steelers are just even weaker than before. They keep on getting slowly but surely weaker and weaker. Mike Tomlin's slipping just a little bit each time, and eventually it's going to end up being 8-9. Either way, pretty awesome. Braden, you're going to start us off with this next one. We're going to the AFC East. Another very competitive, very interesting division, at least in the top 3. Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots. What do you think?
I honestly don't have a clue. I'm going to go Dolphins, Bills, Jets, then Patriots, though.
What was that? Dolphins first?
Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots.
Dolphins, Bills. Oh, interesting. Anything? What about the Dolphins that make you think so much about it?
I don't know. That division is a complete mess, and I have no clue. You could throw a dart and pick either of those 3 teams, and they might win.
Fair enough. Trathan, are you gonna ride and die on the Dolphins train this year?
Oh yeah, I was still on it. I'm still on that train, baby. Yeah, I got Dolphins first, Jets second, Bills third, Patriots last. I mean, everyone knows the Patriots are going to finish last. They're a terrible team, new coach.
Yeah.
But I think there's a pretty easy pick to finish first, and that's the Dolphins. I think the middle battle between the Jets and the Bills is going to be good. I do think the Jets will win that just because they got hopefully a healthy Aaron Rodgers back, and they got a lot more weapons than Josh Allen does for the Bills. So that's why I think the Jets will finish second. I think the Bills missed the playoffs.
Bit you in the ass last year. Yep, you're good to go, Ben. Anytime after trade.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Pats.
Okay. I respect it. Honestly, I don't really agree with any of you guys. I think the Bills are going to go first. I think the Jets are going to go second, and Dolphins are going to be easily third. I just think that two is, and obviously Patriots last. We can all agree on that one. For one, I think I had enough. We saw enough from the Jets last year, even without a quarterback. They were able to operate very, very well. So no matter what, I was going to put them at second. But the Bills are just, I get it. They're hurt a little bit. They're aging a little bit, and they're kind of getting past their prime. The Dolphins are literally a make or break team. They lose one core member of their roster, and they just don't do anything. And I think everybody got really excited about their offensive capabilities last year because Tyreek Hill was a beast. Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert were a beast in the running game. They added a couple other pieces like Odell Beckham and Jonnu Smith to the team. The defense is maybe is it better? I don't even know if I would say it's even better. I don't know. I'm very mixed bag on the Dolphins. I don't think they can repeat the offensive scheme they did this year, and that's what I'm worried about because I know their defense can't hold up. And of course, I think they're having a harder schedule this year, so that's where I'm kind of like leaning that at least the Bills can compete with teams. I'm not worried. I don't think the Dolphins can. Jets, I will throw there with second anyway. So take that as you will. So a little bit of disagreement in the AFC East, but we'll see if that kind of continues. The AFC South, Trathan, what do you think in this Wild West of the division?
Well, this being my division and the Titans being my team, it is my pleasure to announce to you that I think the Titans will lose the division this year, like last place. I don't think it's going to be close. We had our 3 good years like we did in the late 1990s, and now it's back to 20 years of losing. So, but anyway, Texans riding high off of last year. I do think C.J. Stroud has like a sophomore slump. I don't think he's going to do bad, but I don't think he's going to put up the numbers he did last year. But I still think the Texans win this really crappy division. After them, I think it's the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson comes back. They got a good team. They started doing good last year, then Richardson went down. But after them, I think it's the Jags, and then my Titans.
Heck yeah. Fair enough. Ben?
I'd like the division a little different than that. I think I like it Jags, Texans, Titans, Colts. Not a big fan of the Colts this year, and kind of agree on the C.J. Stroud sophomore slump, but I don't see it. T-Law and Jags are probably coming back.
So I kind of wrote down 2 different ones, and I basically was between the Texans and Jags. I think they're going to be first and second pretty easily. I debated about the Colts, but again, I feel like they're so mediocre. They're almost like an 8-9, 7-10 type team, and I just don't see that from the Jags and the Texans. I am going to choose the Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans as my ordering. I think it'll be super close. Honestly, I could even see it being a tie and it come down to like a tiebreaker of some sort. Because both these teams are very good. I think Stroud will throw for like 3,500 yards, like 24 touchdowns, something still very good. But Trevor Lawrence at least is consistent, and that team overall I think has a better overall rounded offense and defense. Again, Texans are still young, and D'Amico Ryans is still a second-year coach, and C.J. Stroud is going to his sophomore year. So there's still a lot of unknown. They're riding high, but again, when it comes to a high, there's always a little bit of a crash. I don't think it's going to crash like a stock market, but it's going to go down a little bit. So that is my ordering.
Yeah, I think this is another really, really scrappy division, but I'm gonna say the Texans will barely win out over the Jags, and then Colts third, and the Titans just suck. So
So
not much else to say about that team.
We're all in the kind of the same narrative when it comes to this, so that's not too bad. Ben, you get to start off my favorite division in the world, the AFC West. What do you think the Wild West over there is going to do?
Well, I think it'll be a real shocker that I put the Chiefs at first. Real huge shocker right there. Probably rotating down to the last position from here because I feel like it's a little bit easier to sort it that way. Got to kind of look at these teams and be like, who is going to be last? Who wants to be last? And I just kind of think it's got to be the Raiders. It's the easiest one to pick out. Not really strong QB play or anything like that. Not a strong skill core. Not a strong defense. Coming in with a first full-year head coach, I'm not excited about it, and I think that leaves me with a pair of a Jim Harbaugh Chargers and a new QB Broncos, I probably like the Broncos to go second and the Chargers to go third. Um, so that's my put together of that one.
I kind of see your hesitation with 2 and 3 at least, because I agree with you on the first and fourth one. I think the Raiders just are a mess in general. They're a mess of a franchise. They have a mess of a roster right now. Their QBs, they're the only QB situation that I think has no upside to it right now. Gardner Minshew is a band-aid. Aiden O'Connell, we saw what his potential probably was last year. So I agree with you. Chiefs number one, obviously. I'm not even going to make a joke this year that Broncos are going to go first. Raiders fourth. When it really breaks down to it, obviously my heart wants to say Broncos second, obviously. It kind of breaks down to this. Will Bo Nix perform? Which question is going to be answered here? Is Bo Nix going to perform to the level to get them to the second place, or is Jim Harbaugh going to come in and actually make that team a viable contender for a playoff spot? I don't see much in between when it comes to Jim Harbaugh. I think the more likely option is the Chargers pulling themselves together a little bit.
That's where I have to disagree, though, because I would rather take the chance and the upside of Knicks. I just don't think that. I love Harbaugh's defensive mindset, but he does not have a skill set to work with. I mean, he's got Herbert, but nobody else on that offense. They're going to be really struggling. I think Denver can really take advantage of that.
And I really do agree. My heart really does say that, and I guess maybe I'm trying to push out the bias in me. I think the main reason I think I still go Chargers here, and this kind of might bite me in the ass because Brandon Staley kind of bit me in the ass when it comes to this kind of mindset. But the Chargers have a better roster, 100%. Like, top to bottom, when you look at their quarterback, you look at the receivers. Even the receivers are at least maybe just slightly below the Broncos right now. The offensive line's better, way better. The defense is arguably better. The secondary, you can kind of compare them. They're very comparable rosters, except the Chargers have high upside on O-line and D-line, which are 10 players basically. That's where it kind of breaks down to me that there's more potential on the Chargers roster than there is on the Broncos roster at the moment. There's a lot of development for the Broncos to be doing. And I think it's still going to be good. I think it's going to be a better season for both these teams than people would expect. Like an 8-9 type 7-10 season. But I just don't think the Broncos have the cut of the jib this year. So I'm going to go Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. I appreciate the Broncos on second though, Ben.
I'm gonna agree with Dawson. I've got a soft spot for the Chargers. I don't know what it is about the team, but I love that team, and I want them to do well so badly. But yeah, I gotta agree with Dawson and Ben pretty much almost to the letter. But first and fourth aren't really a debate. 2 and 3, I like the Chargers a little bit more.
Completely fair. Trathan.
So I got, obviously, everyone knows Chiefs finishing first. They have been for the last several years. They're going to continue to until someone puts up a challenge. Second place, it's the Broncos. The Bo Nix upside is phenomenal. I hate that it's going to have to be my Oregon quarterback versus my Oregon quarterback, but the good news is one Oregon quarterback wins. And I think that's going to be Bo Nix. I think Justin Herbert's starting with a new coach, whereas Bo Nix has Sean Payton. I think Bo Nix has a little bit better weapons than Justin Herbert does right now. So I think Bo Nix wins that bout. And then obviously last place, the Raiders. They traded away all their good pieces except for Devontae Adams, which I don't know why they still have him. And so they have no key quarterback. They're probably not going to bring anyone in. So, yeah, obviously last place.
Don't sleep on Zamir White.
Hey, Alexander Madison's in that one, too. Don't forget, he's the secondary.
Oh, that's true. Alexander Madison did go.
And Brock Bowers. Come on now.
Oh, wow. We're disrespecting here.
Fantasy breakout tight end right there.
Hey, listen, I drafted him in one league. I'm hoping for it. I'm praying for it. I'm sleeping on it. I'm dreaming about it. I'm dreaming about Brock Bowers. Bringing back that oldie but a goodie. All right, we'll go to the playoff picture. So basically, number one seed, and of course you have division winners. Just go ahead and repeat your division winners, as well as the three other teams you think are going to be in the wild card. When it comes to my breakdown for it all, I really have debated between the three teams for the number one seed, and obviously there's not many teams, or there's only so many teams you can debate for the number one seed when there's 4 divisional winners. But I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs again. It's an easy answer. It's boring. I hate it. But the Ravens, I don't think have the stamina to do it. I don't think the Bills have a high enough upside. Even if I put the Jets or the Dolphins or the Bengals in number one divisional, those teams just have something missing to be the dominant force in the AFC. The Bills last year, I think, had that potential. The Dolphins last year, I think, had that potential. The Bengals last year had that potential. I think none of those teams ended up being with the fully good potential. The Texans are someone you could argue because you never know if the second year just goes really well. It could go really, really well. But it's the easy answer. It's the boring answer. I'm going to go Chiefs number one seed. Obviously, the Ravens and the Bills and the Jags for me are also the other division winners. For wild cards, though, give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Jets. And give me the Dolphins, I think. No, Texans. I forgot that check mark the Texans. Yeah, get those Dolphins out of there. So my wild card is going to be Texans, Jets, and Bengals. So not as much loaded in AFC North this time, but I think there's high upside teams. The Jets, I think, are going to do well enough to basically squeak it out. Aaron Rodgers is still going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's probably not going to be like 4,500 yards, but he's going to put up enough numbers. He's going to help command that team. The defense is going to be great. Texans, again, they're still going to do well. Even with a sophomore slump, I think C.J. Stroud can do very well. That roster's still very well-rounded. And the Bengals, I can never discount the Bengals. If Joe Burrow stays healthy for a full season, you can never count the Bengals. Especially last year, they were 9-8, and they just missed the playoffs with half the season basically not being Joe Burrow. So, yeah, put the Bengals in there. That is my wild cards.
Yeah, number one seed. I don't think there's any real way to say the Chiefs don't win it. But my other division winners are Cincinnati, Miami, and Houston. My three wild cards are Baltimore, LA, and Jacksonville.
Interesting. Though in LA.
So only one team different between us, Dawson, the Chargers and the Jets.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, honestly. Wow. Huh. What about you, Trayton?
Yeah, I mean, you guys said it about the Chiefs. I mean, we all know they're not going to finish in first place and that you guys are stupid. The Ravens are finishing first place in the AFC. So obviously Ravens get first round bye. After that, it's my division winner, Chiefs, Dolphins, and Texans. And then for the wild card, Bengals, Broncos sneaking in there.
No fucking shot.
And the Jets. I think the Bills missed the playoffs. I think the Broncos sneak in.
No fucking shot, dude. Ravens versus Broncos. Broncos divisional. Can we make it? Oh, Ben, what are your thoughts?
All right, so I like Trayton's idea, although I went the different team. I'm going to stick with the same strat, though. I'll go Bengals at 1, Chiefs at 2, Bills at 3, and Jags at 4. Almost forgot. And then at my wild cards 5 through 7, I would probably like it as the Dolphins, Ravens, Texans. Actually, switch Ravens and Dolphins at 5.
All right.
But those are the 3.
Interesting differential there for all of us. Basically, a couple teams off from each other as you kind of go down the line. Me and Braden are very close, as he pointed out, and Ben and Trayton have the same idea, just different strategies. So very curious. All right, AFC pictures. Of course, those will be on screen as the video's going on for all the viewers to get the visual representation. But before we move on to award winners and Super Bowl and all that good stuff for the AFC side and how that will shape up, we have to talk about the NFC, the more boring side of the NFL at this moment. So we'll go off with the NFC North. Braden, you want to take us away on this one? The Lions,
Yeah,
Bears, and Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Lions are just winning now. Maybe it's a close top 3 for me, honestly. Well, close top 2 and then 2 and 3. I think the Lions or the Packers could reasonably win, and then I think the Bears are in there for maybe fighting for second. So I don't know. I have the Lions winning, and then I'm gonna go Packers, Bears, and then Vikings. But I think that top 3 could be in almost any order.
Ben looks very fucking confused. Trayton?
I think it's obvious Lions. they have an amazing coach, Dan Campbell. They still got a good team. They retained a lot of players. They upgraded some pieces they needed. I think Lions win it for the second year in a row for the first time in a long time. Or I guess the second time in a long time. I think Packers finished second. I was low on the Packers last year. Never really have like Jordan Love. But I think I think the Packers. I still think Caleb Williams is too new to read. I mean, it's like we didn't see how good C.J. Stroud was going to be last year. Everyone thought it was the Bryce Young train. This year, it's the same thing. So I think Bears finish third and Vikings last.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's tough. Pretty close. I would probably go Pack at 1. I think it's probably over for Detroit. Matt LaFleur always has a plan, and it looks like they found their guy. So he'll go 1, and then Detroit, and then Bears, and then Vikings.
I actually don't disagree with you at all, Ben. I think the Packers have a very, very strong capability of taking that division. I'm gonna give it to the Lions because in my predictions for the season, I did put the Lions at like 11-6, and the Packers were like 10-7. So I'm gonna stick true to that because I do think the Lions are more than likely going to beat the Packers. But I don't hate the fact that I think the Lions' window is kind of not there for long. They have a very limited window to take care of their opportunity here. Dan Campbell's really good, a really great coach, and they have a good roster right now. But soon people are going to want to get paid. Soon people will be off their rookie contracts. Soon, will the momentum stop? Like all the hype was there for the Lions last year. It's kind of sad, almost in a way. I hope they can maximize it, but I don't hate your Packers pick at all, Ben. I really considered it, but I'm going to go Lions. I'm going to go Packers.
I don't
I'm going to
either.
go Bears and Vikings.
Yeah.
Keep it very cookie cutter.
I also went back and forth between Lions and Packers. I think either team has a respectable shot about winning that division.
Honest to God. All right.
Pour one out for Vikings fans, though. Honestly.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I almost would consider him in third if JJ McCarthy was there, only for the excitement. I wouldn't put him there.
If their entire team wasn't hurt.
Yeah, honest to fucking God. Oh man. All right, NFC East, Trathan. I'm sure this is gonna be a real doozy.
As you all may know, I can't stand the Cowboys or Cowboys fans, but it is not their year. Don't get me wrong, but I think it is their year to finish first in the NFC East, like last year. I expect the Eagles to recover from their slump at the last half of last year, but I don't think it's enough to overcome the Cowboys. So I think it's Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, and then Daniel Jones and his merry men.
Oh man.
Come on, just do it, Trathan. I know what you want to do. Go ahead and do it so I can say same thing.
Do what?
How you want to lay it out? Did I just completely not hear
You just
that?
completely. I said
missed
Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants.
Oh, well, great, because that's what I think. Give me that.
I wanted to throw some kind of curveball here for the prediction videos for something that I didn't necessarily predict, but I do believe could actually happen. For some reason, I don't know why, lately in the last week or so, I've been really buying into the Commanders. I've been really buying into them.
Stop.
I've been
Log
really
off.
buying into them. And that is, I'm not choosing. For the record, I'm not choosing them to win the division. Not by a long shot. I'm going to give the Cowboys that honor because the Cowboys are a great roster up and down, and this is probably one of their last seasons to actually be a dominant force at number one. Eagles are falling down. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I'm putting Commanders at 2. This may be the worst age take of the year. I just don't. It's not going to be the Commanders doing really well that puts them in second. I just don't think the Eagles are going to do well. They have a tough schedule. I mean, is Saquon really going to be the answer there? The O-line is still kind of there for the most part, but Jalen Hurts, I just don't think has the momentum anymore. The defense is definitely weaker than it was. I think things are just kind of going out of place for the Eagles, and I just think it'll be like a 7-10, 8-9 season, and the Commanders might be able to get a tiebreaker 8-9 type deal. I don't know. That's a theory, just a game theory, just a football theory. I wanted to throw something wild because I realized that I was looking through my division winners, and I need something a little bit different of just like, because I'm looking at the NFC West and NFC South.
Game theorists would be extremely disappointed in you using that reference for that absolute atrocity that I just heard.
I don't like everything else is going to be pretty cookie cutter. I'm guessing I can predict everybody else's NFC West and NFC South. So something different has to be the true. Like something different has to be true, and I can kind of.
I completely agree with Dawson. Something different has to be true, just not something that improbable.
You're hating now, but the Band-Aid that is the Commanders currently is going to pop off.
Your need to be different could have been fulfilled by the Bears last division.
Exactly.
The Packers and Lions.
That could have that would have had a lot of merit behind it.
No, because that's two rookie quarterbacks going well back to back, and that's not common. That's not probable. Commanders are probable.
There's always a rookie quarterback who does well.
That's true. I guess by me saying
Dawson, you finished?
No, I'm gonna go Eagles, Commanders, Giants. Y'all bullied me.
Nah, Dawson. I'm not like these other two. I'm gonna respect the Commanders pick. I think it's spicy enough to be cool.
Commit to the bid at this point.
Fine.
Yeah.
Commander second. Quote it here now. now.
Is that your lock of the year?
No, we're not doing locks of the year this year. We're not doing locks of the year. Last time I bet on a team in that division, that got fucking owned.
I remember my last log.
Yeah,
It was that I could beat Dawson.
I do.
Go on, Braden.
I respect the Commanders pick Dawson.
Man, we're all fucking talking at the same time. Go fuck yourselves. No, what's up, Ben?
Well,
can I give my predictions?
Ben, then Braden, then Trathan. Just because I want to hear what Ben has to say. I don't care about Trathan.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I was just thinking about the ice challenge you did last year in the middle of.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, Braden, you can give
maybe not for you.
Can I give my predictions now?
No.
All right. Yeah, like I said, Dawson, I respect the Commanders pick. I think it's spicy, but I'm going to agree with Ben and Trathan. I think it's going to be Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants.
Yeah, that's valid. Don't blame y'all. Hey, listen. Does anybody really... Honestly, the Giants actually might be the worst team in the NFL this next season, aren't they? Is that a possibility?
I think so. Worst team in the league this year.
Aren't the Giants someone that you would refuse to get out of your top 10 in the power rankings last year?
No, they were the team I thought that was going to go 7-10, and they ended up going like 5-12. So like with like 5 games.
I'm trying to think of what team it was that he refused, because it was either Chargers or Bengals. It was one of those two that he would refuse to get them.
Probably Bengals, because they kept on winning. If I'm looking at my power rankings for last year, the Bengals ended up at 12, and they were at 8 on week 17. So yeah, they were definitely in my top 10.
That doesn't feel right.
The Packers were
Anyways,
13. The Seahawks were 15. The Texans were at 16. The fuck was I doing? Holy fuck!
No, the whole thing last year, dude. I remember that. The whole thing last year was me, Shu, and Ben getting onto you because you would not move the Texans up. You're like, oh, they're a young team. They haven't faced much trouble yet. They haven't faced many good teams yet. And we're like, dude, they're good. And you're like, nah, I'm not going to move them up yet. It was literally like 13 weeks of the power rankings was you, just us complaining to you about that.
Yeah, that's why I had to start doing them fucking solo, because all y'all did was bully me for the videos, and that wasn't fun.
Because you deserve to be bullied.
No, because really, if you think about it, Texas they're like 9-8 last year. The playoffs really did a lot for them. Okay, the playoffs did a lot for their boosts. All right. All right. Anyway, moving on to the NFC South before I get bullied.
Still deserve to be bullied.
Shut up! I hate you. The NFC South. I don't even know who goes first. Is it fucking Ben? I think it's Ben.
they went 10-7, by the way.
Yeah.
My God.
Double-digit wins.
So this is me for NFC South. Well, let me just go ahead and throw the Panthers at the bottom. Just go ahead and get that. Just go ahead and get
Panthers
that
first? I agree,
atrocity.
Ben. Go for it.
I don't know. Throw them at the bottom. My God. Give me the Falcons at 1 because obviously there is like I just don't think Tampa's going to beat them. I think Tampa at 2 and Nola at 3.
I'm going pretty similar with you. I'm gonna go Falcons at 1. Again, I think a couple teams change division winners each year. The Falcons are going to be good enough to, I think, do it. Bucks, I think, are still going to compete very well. Honestly, I could see them being a wild card team. This will be the first time we see a wild card team in a divisional winner from this division, I think, in my opinion. But I'm going to change it up a little bit just because I genuinely believe this. This isn't trying to be spicy. Panthers in 3rd, Saints in 4th. I think it's more a testament to the Saints being bad than the Panthers being good. I just think the Panthers will be passable at the very least, and I think the Saints will end up like fucking 30-14, 4-13, something like that. They'll have a collapse this year, I think, and that's kind of my idea, the narrative I'm spinning in my head. But the Panthers also have enough upside for me to feel okay going 5-12, 6-11 for them or something like that. But I don't know. It's still iffy, but it's toss up in the air. I'll give the Panthers the edge this year just because I want to say somebody other than the Panthers are going to be in last place in this division.
Blood does not believe in Derek Carr.
Derek Carr throws up 3,600 yards and fucking misses fucking half the throws.
I believe Derek Carr could put it in the 4th row of the bleachers. That's about the only thing I believe in Derek Carr.
Derek Carr can get you fucking 80 yards in the fucking air. No, not literally, but you know what? Figuratively. Tell you what, he can throw that fucking sucker.
All right, am I up?
You're up.
All right, I'm going to be different because I love Baker Mayfield. Give me Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, and then Carolina.
Did you say Tampa Bay, New Orleans?
No, Tampa Bay, Atlanta,
New
New Orleans,
gotcha.
Carolina.
I was like, what the hell?
No, I also like Kirk Cousins. I just like Baker Mayfield more.
No, that's fair. They're going to be pretty close. I think
It's understandable.
I'm rooting for both of them. If either one of them make the playoffs, I'll be happy. All right, Trayton, finish us out for the divisions.
Okay. I think with the addition of Kirk Cousins, the Falcons, finally have a decent quarterback. So Falcons first. I think Bucks second. I think, Baker Mayfield still got some of that flash from last year. They're not getting any younger, but I still think they got that decent veteran squad that helped them last year. Third, the Panthers, guys. It's the Panthers. I think Bryce Young has whereas CJ Stroud, was good last year, is going to take a step back this year. I think Bryce Young's hopefully going to take a huge step up. He's got so much ceiling. I just hope the Panthers don't ruin his career. But with that, the Saints are terrible. They're god awful. Saints last.
Heck yeah. All right, then we are moving on to the last division, the NFC West, and I believe that's me starting off first this time. Again, this is going to be very cookie cutter. I'm literally looking at them in the same order that I think they're going to be. Sorry, Braden, the Rams will be second. I think they are a 10-7 team, though. I just think the 49ers are a clear, 14-3, 15-2 type team, both literally and figuratively, honestly. Seahawks, though, will be around the 7-10 mark like they were. And so, honestly, can I see the Cardinals doing better than the Seahawks? Maybe next year, but I think the Seahawks just have a more well-rounded team. I'll go Seahawks. No, I'm going to go Cardinals. I'm going to go Cardinals third, and then Seahawks last. Do I hate that? I kind of hate that.
You sorry for that.
My original order was 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and I just sat there looking at the Cardinals like, wait, are the Cardinals actually better than the Seahawks? No, they're not. They're really not. I'm going to go Seahawks, Cardinals. That's actually my prediction. It's what I wrote down, so I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, I'm going to begrudgingly agree with Dawson. I think the 49ers have the best team in the league on paper for the second year in a row. And I can't wait to see them lose in the Super Bowl again.
Can't wait to see them lose to the Rams twice this year.
Hey, okay. 3 times. Let's go. Another NFC Championship run back.
I think it's 49ers first. Like I said, they're probably the most talented team in the NFL. I think Rams second. I think they're still a good team. I think Matthew Stafford's still a good quarterback. They dealt with plenty of injuries last year. Seahawks, I don't think Geno Smith was that Geno Smith that we saw in 2022. But I still think he's got it in there to finish third. Try to make a push for the playoffs, maybe. And then Cardinals last. I think they're still the same old crappy Cardinals.
Y'all are not fun. Give me Niners, Hawks, Rams cards.
No, you're crazy.
Hawks. What?
You're insane.
That's how you have fun right there. You don't just
I think
That was-
my
You pick a
Commanders pick is probably
team
more
that
realistic than the
can do it.
Seahawks being second. That's my lock of the year. Is that if the Commanders don't get second, the fucking Seahawks definitely won't get second. That's my lock of the year.
no, absolutely not.
I'd agree with that.
Y'all are on some heinous stuff tonight.
I think you're just stupid.
What the fuck's there? DK? DK's gonna be fucking Justin Jefferson all of a sudden? Is that your whole plan?
DK?
You
Yeah,
know the
that's,
Seahawks have the 31st ranked O line, the 31st ranked
they got
defense,
they still got Lockett.
31st ranked D line.
Sometimes scared money don't make money. All right, scared money don't make money.
All right, Braden, what is your playoff layout for the NFC?
Yeah, like I said, the 49ers are going to be the 1 seed again. Unfortunately, I hate it so much, but what are you going to do?
Facts.
I'm going to make a last-second change to my notes. I'm going to put the Cowboys at 2, Lions at 3,
What?
Buccaneers 4.
Why the sudden? Oh, okay, never mind. I see. I see.
I had the Lions above the Cowboys, but I don't know if I like that anymore.
Okay, I understand.
So 49ers, Lions, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Rams, Eagles, and then Falcons are going to be in there.
What was your wild card again? Sorry, I'm right now.
Rams, Eagles, Falcons.
Interesting. Okay.
Could be Rams, Falcons, Eagles as well, though.
All right, Tratham, what do you think?
First place, obviously, 49ers, pretty clear and cut. Second, Cowboys. Third, Lions. Fourth, Falcons. Wild card, Packers, Eagles, Rams.
Okay. I like that. All right, Ben, what do you think?
I'll go Cowboys 1, Niners 2, Falcons 3, GB 4, 5 through 7 for wild card. I'll go Lions, Bucks, Eagles.
All right. So same kind of teams, kind of juggling around a little bit. And I can't really disagree too much with y'all. I'll go 49ers 1, Cowboys 2, Lions 3, Falcons 4. For wild card, give me the Packers, give me the Bucks, and man, you know what's funny? At this point, I'm looking at my fucking layout, and I'm like, man, do I give it to the fucking? Oh, I gotta give it to the Rams. Gotta give it to the Rams over the Bears. The Rams are just a better team. So that's my wild card. Rams, Packers, and Bucks. All right. So with all that said and done, let's go into our Super Bowl matchups. Who does everybody think the Super Bowl matchup's going to be? Trathan, you get to start us off this time.
I don't want to start us off. I got a surprise.
Fine.
Go on to-
Ben, you go first then.
I'll go with. I'll go pretty chalky. I'll just go Bengals Niners.
Okay. Man. I'm gonna go. Is it bad that the two teams I'm looking at are like Cowboys, Packers, just so I can not put the Niners in there again? In terms of from the NFC side, I'm not even gonna put into reality that the Chiefs are even gonna be close to it again. Give me Bills. Give me death. Give me Bills or give me death. Give me Bills. Give me Cowboys. Bills, Cowboys. Bills, Cowboys. Lock.
You're a clown.
I put out all my matchups, and I looked through them, and the only logical thing that I could come up with is unfortunately a rematch of Super Bowl 56. I have Bengals and Rams.
Oh my God.
I think the Rams could win. I don't think they're going to. I can hope though.
Bengals, Rams. Interesting.
It's more of a hope prediction,
That's fair. Okay. Trayton, what's your surprise? Is it the fucking? I don't know.
So clearly, none of you guys have got the right answer yet because you don't have the same thing as me. The Super Bowl matchup this year is Ravens-Lions.
I wish.
That's the correct Super Bowl matchup. That's the only one that
You're not getting it this year.
I'm like Doctor Strange. I looked at the millions of possibilities, and that was the one that we're with today. It's Ravens-Lions.
It didn't happen last year. It's not happening this time.
I wish, man. I wish. Rip. All right, then we got some awards to kind of give out, and we'll kind of go through these pretty quickly. Trayton, you didn't start us off last time, so you're going to take us through. We'll go from bottom to top. We'll go Coach of the Year for you.
Sean Payton.
Really? All right, I like it.
When I told you, I think the Broncos are going to make the playoffs. I think he's going to take nothing, turn it into something, and yeah, I think it's Sean Payton.
Hell yeah, I'll take it. All right, Ben.
Dr. Go.
Ben.
It's Ben.
How about Matt LaFleur? Winning that division is going to be pretty tough. Getting a pretty solid seed above 4. I like it.
Good thing he's not winning the division.
Oh, but he is.
So sadly, I didn't think anybody would actually go Matt LaFleur, but I was going to go Matt LaFleur as my Coach of the Year. I think the Packers are going to do very well. I debated on whether I was going to try to give John Gannon enough credit that the division would be more, spicy, but I wasn't going to do it because it's again too spicy. Because again, it's usually Coach of the Year is usually a bad team going to a good team, and the Packers were a good team going to a good team. So like it doesn't make as much sense in that regard. So I was looking at bad teams that go good, and I cannot do Matt Eberflus because Matt Eberflus is actually the fucking devil. I fucking hate him.
The most unserious man in the NFL would have been an insane pick for that.
Yeah, valid. But Matt LaFleur is probably the next best option of other people. Honestly, unless you go rookie coaches, there's really not many options. I don't even see many of the rookie coaches doing very well. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, that's my out there pick.
All right, so who's Braden got? Sean McVay?
My no. My out there pick is Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh.
That's actually probably kind of realistic, actually.
This sparked some hatred in my heart.
Oh my gosh. All right, we'll go next, and I'll start us off since Ben already went first that last other time. We're gonna go comeback player of the year. Well, everybody say it with me now. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's gonna be A-Rod. There's not really.
Can we skip this one?
Is everybody's gonna say A-Rod? Is that pretty much the consensus here? Trayton.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Cool. About to say, yeah, A-Rod's going to be the pick. All right, I'll go to the next one. I'll do the next one. Rookie of the year? That one's kind of
Which rookie of the year?
Everyone say it with me.
Oh.
Defensive rookie of the year?
Give both of them at the same time. Jaden Daniels, actually. Thank you very much. He's got the rushing upside, Ben. Stop looking like that fucking dumb face. All right. Jaden Daniels has fucking rushing upside, all right? He's going to get fucking 700 random rushing yards or something like that. He's going to throw for a decent amount of touchdowns. Give me Jaden Daniels. You suck it.
I respect it, soldier.
He's a fucking rushing quarterback. That's the fucking award for him. His rookie.
Oh, you're wrong. No, Dawson, you're wrong. I was just saying I respect it.
Oh my god, I hate y'all. You're actually the worst.
I hate it. I don't hate it.
Thank you, Braden.
I disagree, but I don't hate it.
Thank you, Braden.
Exactly.
Ben, or not Ben, fucking Braden. 2 B names.
Oh, did you do your defensive?
Oh, defensive.
Let's just do offense.
Just offensive?
Yeah, offensive is fine. I actually don't have a defensive player ready. I kind of forgot that was on
Okay.
the board.
Caleb Williams.
Actually, I do have a defensive player.
I'm not going to take it.
You guys are some clowns. Let me just tell you. Because you remember what I said about those Broncos? Remember what I said about Sean Payton winning Coach of the Year? Bo Nix is winning Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Clowned by this fool for picking Bengals, and he's picking Nix.
It's Bo Nix. It's always been Bo Nix.
Somebody ask him who his favorite college is.
What's your favorite college, Tracy?
Tennessee.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Hey, you're lucky Joe Milton III is a starter. He'd be Rookie of the Year.
Oh my god, that'd be even worse.
Yeah, why don't we all
Go ahead and
Jordan
tell him.
May? If you do have a defensive player of the year, let's go ahead and say it now. I actually did remember Jared Verse probably being mine.
That was mine. Was Jared Verse.
I agree. That was my pick.
I don't really have one. Just I'll go the Trathan route and say Dallas Turner.
Hey, no, but he has high odds though. He's got a pretty good chance of winning.
Because there's like the fucking first defensive player was taken like number 15th or something. I don't know. Oh.
Last year was not a draft.
All right, defensive player of the year, Braden.
Hang on 1 second.
You're good.
No,
You want me to go?
No, I'm gonna pick Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's safe. That's valid.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett.
Yep.
I think Myles Garrett revenge tour, helmet included. Yeah, I think Myles Garrett wins it this year. We're not going a Ryan Shue route where we picked. What was it that he picked?
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
No, he has rookie of the year defensive.
No, he picked TJ Watt to win MVP.
Oh, that's right.
That was what he did. Yeah.
No way.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah, he picked TJ Watt to win Rookie of the Year.
I hate him.
Sorry, he picked TJ Watt to win MVP.
Oh man, I love it.
Still
Well,
this wild thing.
Trathan is right about Depoy for sure. That's the pick. That's the way to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
it probably is. How long has it been since a fucking corner has won defensive player of the year?
It's been a while.
2019 stuff on Gilmore.
Because I actually wanted to go a more corner since it's been a minute. I know that, so I'm gonna go.
It was 2019 stuff on Gilmore.
I'm good.
Could be
Give me Gardner.
could be Sauce.
Ooh,
Yep, I was about to say.
Ooh. I just
Good
thought.
pick.
Ooh. I also kind of like Quinn Williams all of a sudden too, but I'm gonna go Gardner because I like him better. But
You literally had a corner on your team to go with, Dawson. What are you doing?
yeah, I actually wrote down Surtain, but I was like, I'm gonna go Gardner instead because I'm a pussy and don't want.
You wrote down Surtain.
Yeah, because he's the only fucking guy there, so like he gets a lot of fucking reps.
Okay.
All right, then finally we got offensive player of the year. Not finally, but Trathan, who's offensive player of the year?
CeeDee Lamb.
Interesting.
I think CeeDee Lamb puts up some crazy stats and wins Offensive Player of the Year.
I like it. I like the spiciness.
I do like that. I do like that a lot.
What about you, Ben?
I'll go Bijan.
Bijan's a good one.
I don't hate that.
Man, now I'm on the spot. I'm like, give me Chase. Give me Chase.
Mar?
Puka Nakua.
Claypool.
Fuck you, Braden. Fuck you. When in doubt,
That was
Braden
predictable,
Walker,
though.
Rams.
It was predictable, though, no?
I don't think he's gonna be the best receiver on
This
his
guy
team.
out of here, bro. Get this guy out of here.
You don't think so?
No, I think Cooper. Well, I think Puka will get more yards, but Cooper Kupp will get significantly more touchdowns. So, all right.
I don't know. That's a very unselfish wide receiver room, so I don't know.
That's valid.
That wide receiver room has a lot of grit.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. Ben, who is your MVP of the NFL season?
Probably the quarterback of the number one team in the AFC. Mr. Joe Burrow gets his first NFL MVP.
I'm gonna be boring just because I want to see him win it once, and because I think actually he could win it. Give me Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen. I think he's gonna limit those.
And I love it. Give me Joe Burrow.
You know what? Yeah, it's the man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Irrelevant. Brock Purdy, MVP season. It's Brock Purdy.
Yeah. I wish I had my webcam because I'm doing exactly what Ben's doing right now.
Brock Purdy MVP. So you heard it here first, folks.
All
Don't
right.
look at me like that.
With
All right,
that,
bro. All right, bro.
bro, I think you're saying Geno Smith would have been a better pick. Would have been better pick than Seahawks going second in their division, but either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the correct preseason predictions. Who's correct? Who's going to be the most correct person?
It was me.
Obviously, it's me.
It was me.
I was the most correct person last year, so I have the most relevancy this year. Braden,
It's not me.
Braden's in fact
It's not me.
there last year.
It's not me.
And then Ben, he's just going to be silently in second place, and Trathan will again get this so wrong that he'll wish he never was born. So
Thing I said was right.
Hey, if Trathan is more incorrect than I am, honestly, he deserves a medal. Like I entered.
I think y'all
all enjoyed the video. We'll see y'all in the next one.